Hey guys, how you going? Welcome back to another daily show here on the Australian Patriot. I want to dive in first of all, and I want to talk about something that Ted Nugent has put out into the world through media, social media. I'm not sure exactly where he said this, but apparently he said this, and I'm gonna really translate this back into Australian culture. I'm going to try and translate that back into something that we Australians can understand. Because there's a lot of American idealisation in this. There's a lot of American rhetoric. So what I'll do is I'll read what he said, and then what I'll do after that is I'll change a few words for us Australians out there that are probably thinking on the same lines, because there's lots of us. There is lots of us Australians out here that have had a gutful of how things are right now, and we just want things to go back to what they were, in before COVID. Because who really likes to be locked up in their house and only allowed to go to the school and get their kids, or only allowed to go to the supermarket and get milk, or whatever, essential travel. And what deems essential travel anyway? What I consider essential could be totally different to what you essential. All right, really, at the end of the day, I had to go to Launceston. I got a Yola and bought a new van, and then I had to go to Launceston and get a new stroller and a new capsule because we're having another baby. And people were upset about that. I don't know why. Anyway, we'll get into this. It starts out with, excuse me, bit of a burp. Ted Nugent knocks it out of the park. Okay, so this was posted in one of the Q groups that I'm in. If you haven't followed Q, first of all, start off with the fall of the cabal, 1 to 10. Q plan remastered. That's a very good video. Out of the Shadows is another great video. All those sorts of stuff. Okay, so if you don't know what Q is and you get lost in what I'm saying, after this video, go out there and have a bit of a research, a bit of a dig, and you'll come to a conclusion that Obamagate is actually real. Obamagate is real. We were going to talk about that today, but I've come across this, and I really just want to focus on this today because as an Australian, it's bothering me that I'm watching down here in Tassie. It's a bit hard because Parliament House for us is like 3 hours away, and all these people over in Victoria and New South Wales and Queensland and even WA. I love it. Even WA people are standing up. I'm not sure where South Australians are at with this. I think they're just accepting the fact that they've got to stay home, which is a bit weird. So why do I have to stay? This is what Teddy said, okay? This is what Ted Nugent has said. Why do I have to stay home just because you are scared? How about you stay home? Yeah, how about you? You stay home. You're scared. You're the one who's scared. So why am I staying home? I agree with that. Why don't you stay home? You stay home. You stay in your house indefinitely. You wear a mask. You socially distance yourself from me. You avoid restaurants. You avoid baseball games. You stay off the roads. You avoid malls. You beaches and parks. You believe the man-made death toll numbers. You believe the media hype. You get your toxic vaccine while avoiding vitamin C, sunshine, and the things God gave us to actually heal. Now, before I walked in here to do this, I actually was thinking about that very thing. God has put me here. I'm not a massive believer in anything, and I'm not a huge believer in I believe there is something had to have created us. We can't have just popped up. I don't know whether that was God or whether it was evolution or whatever it was. Okay, whatever had put us here for a reason. And each and I do believe this, each one of us has a valuable quality that we need the world to see or hear or feel. Okay, we all have something that offers the world that is good, not evil, that is good, that the world needs. So we all have something that someone needs to feel, hear, or see. Okay, to make them better. Okay, to make them feel good, to make them feel amazing. I love personal training. That's my gig. I love it. I'm very good at it. And my clients, one of my clients this morning said, if it wasn't for you and you still operating, this whole ordeal would have been just a shit show, and I probably would have hated life even more. But because you stayed open and you still serviced me and helped me, I'm very grateful for that. So I'm put here for that reason. That's what I'm here for. I believe that's my purpose. My purpose is to help people understand how their bodies work and make it a very simple process for them to realise that they can achieve what they want to achieve. So everybody's here for a purpose. So, being locked, I'm sorry, I had to send it to a friend in a chat. So, and he's at the minute chatting back to me for the first time all day. So he's got a lot of things to catch up on. So, where are we at? It's a very big one, eh? God gave us to actually heal. Now Teddy goes on to say, I'm done playing your dumb game. We are not all in this together. That's correct. We're not all in this together. We're not. We're being told we are by personalities of a high stature, celebrities, people that we watch on TV. They're telling us. News presenters, the mainstream media news presenters, the weathermen, these people, singers, songwriters, they're telling us that we're in this together, but we're not. We're not. Because those guys who were telling us that we're in this together, it doesn't matter if they don't work for the next 12 months. They've got a bankroll. Okay? It's called residual income. Generally actors and movie stars and, those kind of guys will be okay. Okay? They're okay for the next 12 months. They don't have to work. They earn lots of money. Lots. Okay? They don't need that. We're not in this together. Not at all. This is a guy who is a country music star, and yet he's saying this. We're not in this together, and he's correct. We are not. Okay, we are not in this together because we are not in this all together. I'm not wearing your dumb tinfoil hat anymore. I'm no longer going to be a prisoner of your fear. That's correct. He's basically telling his government. He's telling his higher up people that he's not going to be, he's not going to adhere to their fear anymore, because that's all it is. Did you know there was a lady who just died yesterday? She got added to the death count here in Australia yesterday, but she was from the Ruby Princess, but she disembarked 2 months ago. She disembarked 2 months ago, but she's been classified as a Ruby Princess death 2 months later. Unreal. Not good. Not a good thing. You know why they did that? Because at the moment they're trying to sue the Ruby Princess. They're trying to sue the company. They're trying to get remuneration. They're trying to get compensation. They're trying to do that. So what they're going to do is they're going to try and make it look bad for the Ruby Princess. This lady disembarked 2 fucking months ago. I'm sorry, what? She died yesterday. But you're going to count her as a Ruby Princess death after 2 months of her probably not having it. So she probably got community transfer. And she was 81, by the way. So I feel sorry, and I'm sorry for the loss to her family and all that. But she was 81. 99.8%, we'll go 0.8, all right? 99.8% of cases are recoveries. Okay, we're well under the thousands now here in Australia. Well under. We don't have enough people sick to warrant testing, and we don't have enough people sick to warrant trials. You can't give people the trial of a medication if you don't have enough sick people with the problem you're trying to fix. Right, back to this here. I'm going to get on and off this, all right? This thing is going to bring out some issues, and I'm going to just go, all right? So stay with me. Your fear. I'm no longer staying in my house or catering to you because you are scared. That's correct. If you're scared, all right, if you're one of the people out there right now and you're watching this and you're going, I'm scared, I don't want to go to the shop, I don't want to, guess what? Congratulations. That's awesome. That's great. That's on you, okay? You deal with it, okay? You are a grown adult. You're a human being. You have the choice to make. Okay? If you don't want to go to the supermarket, I'll talk about the supermarket in a minute, actually, because I was there today and it was fucking kind of funny. And I really wanted to say something, but I didn't. I should have said something. I really should have said something. But the guy was old, and he's probably not totally all there. He switched on to how things work. As far as hygiene and stuff goes, because I used to be a quality assurance food safety officer. Okay, so make sure all the good stuff to do with food. No longer staying in my house and catering. I'm not wearing a mask, and I'm not staying 6 feet away from you anymore because I'm not afraid of you. You are not my enemy, and if I get sick, it's not because of you, it's because of me and my system. That is correct. If I want to go near you, and we go near each other, and I end up standing behind you, not 6 feet away, it's on me if I get sick. All right, it's on me. If I'm sick and I go out, it's still on me, isn't it? Because guess what? That's my fault. I should have stayed home. Okay. If you're sick, you should stay home. Period. Anyway, that's a normal thing. That's not rocket science. That's if you have to have a pandemic to tell you to stay home when you're sick, then you need to reorganize your whole entire life and wake up to yourself. And remember, this is not hard. This is not a really hard thing to work out. Okay, washing your hands when you go to the toilet, that's normal. Showering twice a day, that's normal. Brushing your teeth, that's normal. That's what you're supposed to do when you look after yourself. Okay, the more you look after you, the more you look after everybody else. So the cleaner and the more hygienic you are, guess what? The less they have to worry about it. And guess what? And the less you have to worry about it because you know, all right, I've showered twice today. I know, I brushed my teeth this morning after breakfast. I washed my hands when I went to the toilet. I washed my hands when I come back inside from the garden. I wash my hands when I come back home from fishing. Whatever it is you do, remember, you gotta wash your hands. Okay? You're going to prep food? Wash your hands. It's not hard. It's not hard. It's really not. It's really basic stuff. You learn this when you're a kid. Okay? And if you're an adult and you have to have this, if you're an adult and you had to have this conversation with yourself, then you seriously missed something, haven't you? All right. Back to Ted Nugent. I get sick. It's not because of you. It's because of me and my system, which not only have I been addressing for quite some time, but I also know how to treat if I get sick. That's correct. You know how your body works. You know how your body responds. You know what you need to do when it gets sick. You know how long you have to stay in bed for. You know what you have to do to make yourself feel better. Okay, me, I haven't been sick in 4 years. So the last time I checked, I think it was I stay in bed for a couple of days. I ride the storm. I get up, have a shower. I change the bed sheets so that my wife doesn't have to do it. Okay, and then I put new bed sheets on, clean ones, and I have a shower as well after. And I do all that. I have a shower, and then I do all that. Make sure the bed's clean. And I eat plenty of fruit. I drink plenty of water, and I eat plenty of vegetables. It's not hard. It's not hard. We're designed to do that. That's what we're designed to do. Our bodies are designed to fight viruses. Our bodies are designed to fight bacteria. We have an immune system for a reason. If you're a healthy adult, guess fucking what? You're going to be able to fight it. Okay, you just got to ride it out. Okay, yeah, it fucking sucks when you get sick. It sucks. It sucks dick. But guess what? It's part of being a human. Okay, and if you've got a really strong immune system, meaning you look after yourself, you're fit, healthy, and strong, you got more of a chance. And guess what? It's a 90%. It's like 90% recovery rate, over 90%. It's really ridiculously high. I can't remember what it is. I know it's over 95%. Okay, right. So this virus or whatever it is already circulating. Millions of people have already encountered it, as it's been circulating around the world probably since September. Correct. You will have to confront it. Yep. So if you're scared now, you're probably going to be. I'm going to give you a tip. You should be scared in another 3 months if you haven't gone out and done things in society, because you're too scared to. You should probably go out into society, because that's how your immune system works. Your immune system gets stuff in there, and you breathe in stuff, and you snort in stuff, and things get into your body, because you can't stop it. A mask isn't going to stop it. A mask isn't going to stop it. Do you know why? Because it goes in your eyes. All this is connected. Your mouth, your nose, your eyes, and your ears are all connected. Okay? You're going to get sick eventually, whether it's COVID or whether it's the flu. If you're an unhealthy person, you're bound to get sick. So you can stay scared in your home, and then when you finally do go out and you do get sick, just remember that it could be far worse because your immune system is now lacking the strength it requires to fight the virus. Okay, right, next step. This is really basic stuff, by the way. Like, this is really basic human anatomy and physiology, and this is really, like, a 12-year-old could tell you this. You don't need a 32-year-old to tell you. You don't even need fucking Dr. Fauci to tell you. You don't even need Dr. Birx to tell you. You could literally walk into any grade 6 room where 12-year-olds are, and you could literally walk up to the smartest 12-year-old in the room and to ask them, hey, can you explain what the immune system does? And I'm fucking bet my nut on it that they will be able to tell you. Okay, it's not hard. This stuff is really, 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 really basic. It's like 1 + 1 basic, 2 + 2 basic. It's actually 5 + 5 basic. Okay, there is no way around it unless you lock yourself up in your house and it somehow doesn't manage to hop on some mail or groceries. Because remember, this COVID-19 can live on stainless steel for like fucking 12 hours. It can live on envelopes. It can live on... It's a weird virus, hey? It can live everywhere. And also you can have it and not even know you have it. What a fucking amazing virus. You've got the virus, but guess what? You've got no symptoms. Carry on as you were. What a great virus. Anyway, your fear is not an excuse to destroy America. He's talking about America. Remember, we'll turn it to Australia, right? To Australia. This is my point. To Australia. I agree with him, so I'm going to say it. Your fear, all right, it shouldn't be to destroy our nation and the people around you and making other people scared. What happens is, this is what happened with the school system, okay? The school system, this is exactly how it happened before Easter, and I'll lay it out for you. This is really what happened. People don't realize this, but what happened was, right, humans are very herd-like. They're very herd mentality, okay? So that's what they do. It's because what happens is, have you ever heard of the theory circle of influence? It's called circle of influence for a reason, because humans are herd mentality. Meaning that if you get in the right circle of influence, let's say you want to be rich, you want to be a millionaire, you want to earn lots of money, and you want to learn how to do all that. You don't hang out with people in the fucking pits to do that. That will keep you in the pits because that's the herd. That's the mentality down there. All right? Oh, we're over there. Sorry, not down there, because someone's going to take offense to that. Over there, that's what they do. That's their lives, all right? They sit around, they drink coffee, smoke cigarettes, talk shit all day, right? But you don't want to do that. You don't want to be that person. You want to know how to make lots of money. You want to know how to build a really big business. You want to know how to make a really successful business. You want to be able to make sure that your family's okay for the rest of their lives, and you want to make sure that your kids can set their kids up, and that you create a fundamental system so that generations of your family can have success, all right? Well, you hang out with people that do that. That's how you do it. And how do you do that? You listen to people who have done it. You read books and you listen to audio tapes and you do all that stuff. That's surrounding yourself with those kind of people. You don't actually have to go out and meet Jeff Bezos or those kind of guys and say, hey, I want to be your friend. You surround yourself with their information. You surround yourself with their influences. So you find out, okay, right, who did this person used to listen to, and who do they used to listen to? Now you've got to start listening to what they say, what those people do, how they do it, fix it around your lifestyle. That is why humans are herd mentality. Okay, that's why the circle of influence came from, because we're very much herd. So if your friend does something, generally you will go out and you will try and do the same, either at the same price, whatever the cost is, and might cost nothing. But it's not financial cost. It's just a cost. Something might cost you something. It might cost you time. It might cost you money. It might cost you something. Okay, but you'll go out and you'll do that same very thing because your friend is doing that same very thing. You know what I mean? Because we're herd. We're a herd mentality animal. That's what we do. We like to be around people. So that's what I mean. So when you scare someone, so when you're scared, this is what happened with the schools. This is really what happened. So parent A was like, oh, look, even though the government says and the federal government says, right, what we're going to do is, the government said here in Australia from the very, very start, children are safe at school. They are safe at school. You can, that's great. Okay, we're going to try and wrap this up. It's getting on another 5 minutes to go. They're safe at school. Health experts have said kids are low risk, like 0.00001% chance, right? But one parent decided, all it takes is one parent. And I'm not judging people how they parent their children. All I'm saying is the domino effect. So one parent, then that parent's friend goes, oh, no, okay, you're not sending your kid, I'm not going to send my kid. And then everybody, because everybody's connected. You might not actually know fucking old Joanne across the courtyard while you're waiting for your daughter. But you know someone that knows Joanne, right? Who knows Joanne better than you, right? So you might know Kerry, who knows Susan, who knows Joanne, right? So when you take your kid out of school, Suzanne says, oh, I'm not going to take my kid anymore. Fucking old Turles over there took his kid out, right? Then Susan says, and then Kerry Ann says, oh, well, Susan's taking her kid out. Oh, no, Susan and Turles are taking the kid. Shit, I'm taking my kid out. And then Joanne, she's like, oh, shit, I might take my kid out. And you don't even know Joanne, but that's the domino effect. That's how it works, okay? And that's because of the herd mentality, all right? Kids were totally safe to stay at school. They really were. The government wouldn't have said it if they didn't think that. Apparently, everybody listened to the government when it came to being scared and afraid, right? But nobody listened to the government when the government said for every fucking day for 3.5 months that schools are a safe place for kids. No. One parent decided that it wasn't, which is okay. But that domino effect then affects other kids, and other kids. Before you know it, you're sending your kid to school, and your hand is forced because you're sending your kid to school with 5 other kids in her class, and now you've got to pull your kid out because it's pointless, because they're not doing the education that they need to. They're not learning. They're not benefiting from it, okay? Because it's hard. I know teachers, and they've told me this. It's hard to try and plan a lesson around only 6 kids turning up. When you've already planned for a lesson of 25, 30 kids, you've now got to plan a lesson for 6 kids. All right? Right. So, fear does not have the right to interfere with my life. Your fear does not have the right. If I want to go to Launceston, I'm going to go to Launceston. All right? If I need to go to Launceston to get a baby carrier, I'm going to go get one. All right? Because just because you're scared doesn't mean I have to be. I tried to tell this from the start. Someone tried to tell me that I should be afraid because my wife is pregnant. I'm not... People, you can't tell me to be afraid of something that I'm not afraid of. My wife's pregnant. Yes. Does that mean that... Does that mean now I've got to put my whole life on hold? No. Was she scared? No, she wasn't scared. If she wasn't scared, and I'm scared for her, what do you think that's going to do? Herd mentality. Now she's going to get scared. I'm going to give her more worry and put more stress on her and the baby. So why would I want to do that? That's just idiotic. That's idiotic. That's just silly. That's poor mentality. Very poor. Why would I want to stress out about it when I'm not stressed about it to start with, and then I want to create more stress for my wife, who's already under enough stress because she's pregnant? Then therefore, stress the baby. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't. So you should never let anyone dictate to you to be afraid of anything. You have the choice to be afraid. Okay? Sometimes people don't choose to be afraid, they just are. Okay? I'm afraid of jellyfish. It's not a choice. I fucking hate them. And I really don't like jellyfish. Alright. As an American citizen, so we're back on Teddy's speech. So if you are scared, you can just put your tinfoil hat on, or even wrap your house in, wrap foil all around you, your whole body, around your house if you wish, but please keep you contained in your little corner of the world, and don't contaminate me or my family or my country. Ted Nugent said it best. Okay, I'm just relaying the message from Ted. Okay, because it stuck out to me, and I really wanted to do a video about it, and I really wanted to try and turn this into dragging that perspective and putting my own feelings into it. Okay, my own thoughts. So don't be scared. Okay, if you're not scared, don't let someone else tell you to be scared. Okay, if you want to go to the shop and let's talk about the guy at the shop before I finish. All right, that reminded me. Right, he was at the shop. Here I am, and I'm getting 20 snitties. All right. No, I'm not hauled buying them. They're $1.10, and you're allowed to buy 20 if you want to buy 20. If I want to buy 30, I'm allowed to buy 30. Okay. So I bought 20 snitties because they're $1.10 each at Woolworths. Great fucking deal. Awesome deal. So I bought me snitties, but while I was waiting to buy the snitties, you know the little rolly thing, so the ticket machine, well, it wasn't on properly. So what happened was the guy pulled his ticket, but he pulled the whole roll out. He had gloves on, right? He had gloves on. So he had gloves on. He'd already gone and put stuff in his trolley, right, with his gloves on. So he'd already gone and got stuff, put them in his trolley, had bread, he had all this other shit in there. And then he, wait for it, the tickets are on the floor, right? He picked the ticket roll up off the floor where people had been walking all morning, where I just walked, where he just walked, where my wife had just walked. He picked it up and rolled it up. So not only has he just picked it up, he's picked it up and now he's rolling it like this. Okay? He's now effectively just completely wearing gloves is redundant. Right? He's just made that whole process redundant. Now he's rolled it up, he's got shit all off the floor, he's got dust, he's got germs, he's got whatever else off the floor. Who gives a fuck what he's got off the floor, okay? Anyway, his gloves are now contaminated, all right? He's touching the ticket machine, he's touching it, right? He's touching it, fixes it finally, took 3 tickets off, or whatever, cracked the shits with it. The guy behind the counter told him it was pointless because that machine's a piece of shit. He actually said it. He said, that's just it's a piece of shit. I was like, shit, you can't say that at work, in my head. Then a little old lady came along who hadn't seen what had just happened. And she grabbed the next ticket. What's the fucking point? I really wanted to say something. I really did want to say something, but my wife was there and she doesn't like causing a commotion. She doesn't like it when I tell people how it is. She doesn't like it, so today I bit my tongue. But I really wanted to tell the guy how retarded that was, because once he'd done that, he's now gone with the same pair of gloves up along the fucking window and grabbing his food from the top of the counter. People, you're better off just not wearing gloves. You're better off not wearing the gloves, sterilise your hands when you come in, and then sterilise your hands when you go back out. But you've just gone and grabbed everything off the floor, re-rolled the whole roll, re-rolled it, but he was doing this. So he's spinning the tickets through his dirty-handed gloves. Does that not make sense? He's picked up off the floor where everybody's been walking for the last 2.5 hours. This is what I don't understand. How do people not understand this? How do people not get this? It's really not hard. It's not rocket science. It's not. My 7-year-old could tell you this shit. Don't wear gloves. Okay? Just sanitize your hands. Okay? It's not hard. Okay? It's now you would have touched the trolley. They've stopped washing trolleys now. Okay? Now you've got shit all over the handlebars. And you know what? It's really good anyway. It's really good. I mean, it's not good for the old lady because she's probably immune compromised because she's older. She's probably 80. She looked about 80. I'm going to assume she was 80. She was around that age bracket. She's probably immune compromised because of her age. Okay, that's what happens when we get older. Okay, we start to wear down. Okay, our bodies start to wind down. because we've been ticking along for so long. Okay, so it's not good for her. But if a younger person like me hadn't seen what went on and come and grab a ticket, you know what, I'd be okay because I'm healthy, I'm young, my immune system would have fought off any of the viruses or the bacteria. Okay, I probably would have been sick for a day or so, but nothing dramatic. I wouldn't have been hospitalised or anything. That lady, she's probably going to have to take care of herself for the next couple of days just to make sure she's okay. That's the point. Okay, the very long video today, half an hour episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the daily show. We will get into Obamagate, but there's another thing I want to talk about tomorrow, which is something I saw today, which is Jackie Lambie, and today I actually am on her side. I can agree with her on this one, and it involves Teddy Sheehan, a great Australian war hero from World War II. Tied himself to the gunner and went down with the ship and took down 2 planes and saved 49 lives, and yet he still can't get a Victoria Cross in his name. I'm going to try and push the envelope on that one tomorrow. So have a great afternoon, evening, morning, day, whatever it is, your time, wherever you are. I hope you guys are enjoying the shows. I hope you're enjoying the content. Please share the videos if you like them, if you found them interesting. And at the end of the day, subscribe if you want more. I'll keep doing more anyway, whether you subscribe or not. I really don't give a fuck. And I'll enjoy life as it is, because I got the sun, it's shining. I've already been fishing today. I'm still living life as normal, and it's no different for me, because I choose not to be afraid, and you can choose that too. You know that, you can choose it. All right, take care, peace be with you, and enjoy everything that gets thrown at you that's good, and ride the bumps, because you can get through it all.